Okay, Jody, what's your win for the week?
A couple of the coaches that I signed, actually, I think 3 of them, I've been talking to them for like 2 months at least, if not longer. So just kept up with the follow-up and consistency. So
Yay! Jody, how many coaches have you signed so far this month?
I think I'm at 6.
That is incredible. Incredible.
Thank you.
And you're 1 away from Diamond right now?
Mm-hmm.
That's so exciting. So exciting. Okay, cool. All right, Jess, what's your win?
The talking to strangers. I invited 3 strangers to coaching and 2 are signing next week.
Stranger danger! Yay! That's awesome. Good for you. What do you mean strangers? Were they like people from social media or?
Yeah, Instagram. People I've never met before.
Okay, cool. Strangers, aka cold market.
Yeah. Stranger danger market.
I love it. Okay, Tori, what's your win?
So I have been really good about continuing to talk to people and stay optimistic and inviting people, even though people keep telling me no. I really just feel like I'm like this close to that dam breaking where everybody's just going to finally be like, oh yeah, definitely sign me up. But I did have 3 people last week that bought the base kit. They didn't want the Shakeology, but all of them have tried it. They just don't like it.
And then you put that through your secondary account, right, for volume?
So I have two base kits and a bod subscription through my spouse account. Yeah, and then I have one that's one of my current challengers. What?
My mom account, my spouse account.
My mom account.
Married to my mom.
Yes, exactly. It's a weird Pennsylvania thing.
That's awesome. And you know what, guys? I know we're like success club, because honestly, that's what corporate pushes. But there is nothing wrong with saying, and it's not just bod, it's not just a base kit. Because honestly, when they bundle that challenge pack together, I think your challenge pack, the base, like the 160 challenge pack, is only 35 team volume points. It's because they bundle the crap out of it and it's low volume. If you sell, I don't have my little cheat sheet with me, but like a year of bod, oh wait, here it is, I think. A year of bod is 38. So it's, you know, that right there is the same volume. Let's see. I don't think I have the base kit on here, but Shakeology by itself is 90. So like even if you just sell Shakeology versus like a challenge pack, somehow it's like bundled that it's less. And then yeah, see if there's anything else that's common that we. And I always tell people if they're buying anything, I always say, take a look at some of the offers at checkout because they bundle a lot or they discount a lot of stuff. I love the Energize and I love if they have Shakeology Boost, I'm going to say that, or the Beach Bars or something like that. So I'm always telling them, take a look. And it's usually like Hydrate, Energize, Recover, or Beach Bars or something like that that's discounted. So yeah. That was just a random thought because so many times if somebody tells you no, instead of being like, okay, they're a no, I'll check in next month. Okay, I totally get it. Do you think you could handle a $99 bod for the year or $40 for 3 months? Like just make sure that they are telling you no again, because even if you can do something and put it through that secondary account, you're going to see that volume. So good job. Nicole, what's your win?
So I got a challenger that I've been talking to since like the day I started.
Yay!
So, been months of going back and forth on her, and she finally signed up.
Is that Jennifer?
Yes. Even though she almost backed out, she decided to keep it.
Good.
It's gonna be a tough one, but we'll get her there.
Yeah, Nicole started like a 3-way chat. Like the first week she was a coach with the 3 of us. So that's awesome. Cool. And anytime with your new coaches, guys, too, I always say, hey, if you have somebody that's ready, I would like you to try to think of 3 people that might be interested and just sort of ask them if they are interested. And then if they're like, yeah, tell me more information, say, you know what, I just started this thing. I'm going to start a group chat with you and my coach. She's a lot better at explaining this than I am. And she'll tell you more about it. If we don't have a Snoop group or something, the Snoop group makes it easy. But I tell that to my new coaches so that they're not afraid to start conversations right away. And it shows, right? Keith Callahan said, why am I drawing a blank? Bob Heilig says, don't be the expert, because then they think they have to be the expert. So it's good to be like, I just signed up. I don't know. Let me have my coach tell you what to do. It makes them feel like, okay, I could do this. Like I could tell somebody I don't know what I'm talking about. So that's good. Okay, cool. Casey, what's your win for the week? Top recruiter.
First, to start off, I need your energy. My husband let me sleep in and took the baby this morning, so I'm like just so out of it. But I would say,
So there's a little bit of
I would say one, I started my challenge group this week, and I have like 9 people in it, and just like getting them excited to do this is a win for me. Like the girls are messaging me that they're sore and like they're liking it, and it's girls that I know, so it's like nice to be doing this with them. And 2 of the girls are getting excited about learning more about coaching. So
yay. That's the best thing you can do, is just make it so fun that you are grooming them to be coaches. And that's why I love kind of this book club idea. It doesn't have to be Girl Stop Apologizing, but any type of book, that's just grooming them for personal development. Or you can go to darrendaily.com and subscribe to his daily email, and he gives you like a 5-minute video every day, and you can pop that into your challenge group and be like, guys, what's your takeaways from this? We're going to start focusing on ourselves first thing. It's like 4 or 5 minutes.
okay.
Or sharing Rachel Hollis's live videos into your challenge, like things like that, just encouraging them to do that personal development makes, we're just grooming them to be coaches. That's how I look at my challengers. Some will never be coaches, and they've been challengers for 4 years. They're like, April, please don't ask me again. I don't want the discount. And then that's fine. But my whole goal is to just constantly groom challengers to be coaches. So great. Okay, Liz, what's yours?
Mine is that I have not let all the negativity bring me down. There's been a lot of tough stuff going on in my life, and I am not letting it stop me from inviting, not letting it stop me from following up, and I am still getting those conversations going. I just added someone into the coach sneak peek today because we were talking about it, and I was like, just pop in, look at the videos, check out the community, and then we'll talk.
I love that. I think we need to did somebody do yesterday, the Friday, what's next? I was like, who is supposed to do that? And then I forgot to ask. So maybe we need to do somebody today does a live in there about what's next. If you've had fun hanging out with us, here's what's next. So we'll chat. We'll talk in the chat, but I just thought of that. Sorry. So the negativity, is it involving like coaching, or is it just other stuff in your life? Is it people?
No, just a lot of other stuff. Trying to, I had pretty scary pregnancy stuff. I didn't really feel my baby move for like a week. But I went to the doctor, everything's fine.
Good.
But then she was like, oh yeah, you're probably going to fail your glucose test in 4 weeks because, you're gaining too much weight and baby's too big and, all these things. And so I'm just really dialing in on my nutrition, got a glucose meter yesterday, and I'm tackling it instead, I'm leaning into the hard stuff instead of just letting it tear me down.
Good.
So,
and I saw that you posted that in your challenge group, which is great. And I haven't looked at your stories, but I would be storing the crap out of that, because you are going to attract so many pregnant people right now, and they're going to need you on their journey. So, hey, my doctor told me I gained too much weight, and here I bought a glucose meter. Don't feel embarrassed. Do not feel embarrassed, because there's so many people that are going through this. Share the shit out of it. Don't turn those around. Don't be embarrassed. This is your story, and you need to say it loudly, proudly, because there's so many other people that have either gone through it or are going through it, and they're going to be like, oh, thank goodness. I look up to her so much, and if she's going through this, I feel a little better about myself. So
I was going to post about it probably sometime this week.
Yeah. But as you're doing that glucose meter, story it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I encourage that. Yeah. Anytime you are going through something, I mean, there's certain things that you can't share, but anytime you're going through something, I just encourage you to just turn your mess into a message, because it's going to help you get through it too. Being like, at least I can use this to inspire other people. So, okay, cool. Jody, I heard from her. Angie, what's your win for the week?
I'm not dead. That's my win. I've been so sick the last 4 days, and I haven't been keeping up with my workouts, and I've been sleeping basically every hour I've been home. But I guess one win, and it's a life win. My kids are amazing, because I fell asleep on the couch the other day and Brenna did the dishes without being asked. So that was super sweet.
Good mama. You're raising.
But I've been trying to keep up with, even though I've been sick, I've been trying to keep up with stories and things like that. And I explained on a live why I have not been doing my workouts, that you have to listen to your body. So I'm trying to keep it all positive, but really I just want to go back to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe trying some other things, like some other natural remedies, and whatever you're doing, just share it because other people are sick and they're going to want to know, like apple cider vinegar shots, they're disgusting. Or Chelsea has a recipe to mix it together. I swear by that when I don't feel good, the apple cider vinegar shots. So, yeah, talk those up. I hope you feel better. Jasmine, who do you have with you?
What was that?
Who do you have with you?
This is Janae. She's my coach.
Hey, I love that you guys are out and about together. Welcome. Okay, I want your wins for the week from both of you.
What was that? I'm sorry. We're in Panera, so I'm trying not to be too loud in the corner over here.
I want your wins for the week. Give me a win for the week for both of you.
Well, I got my success starter, so I was super excited about that.
Yeah. So exciting. Congrats, Jasmine.
And one for you. Your win for the week. A win for the week. I don't know.
She's like, oh gosh, thanks, Jasmine. You didn't tell me they'd put me on the spot.
What didn't happen to you this week? Well, she got up every day and did her workouts.
Yay! That is a win. That is a win, 100%. We all have wins. We all have done something this week. Right. So good. I'm glad you guys could join us. Okay, Sierra and Greg still, and Nicole. No, Nicole, did I get you? Yes, I got Nicole. So Sierra, my things keep moving. Sierra, you're up. That's all I know.
I'm up. Okay. I did a whole week of Fix8 recipes. Yay! And I posted about them. So I was really excited. I got a lot of feedback about those. So I was like, yay.
And even if you're not posting them every day, I mean, always put them in your stories, but also when you make a Fix8 recipe, take a little bit of time, maybe do a story here and there about as you're making it. Or take it outside. The lighting outside is always really good. Take a photo. And you don't have to share them all that week, but that you can have to sprinkle in your challenge groups and your posts. That's great. That's super good for you.
Thanks.
Greg, I think you're last. And if I missed anybody else, let me know, but I think we're good. Go for it. What's your win for the week? Gregory. How you doing?
Transformation or some of the food things I've been posting. So I'm going to be following up with them this weekend or this coming week to get them involved with something.
I missed the first part of that.
And even though I haven't been super consistent with posting and I've been kind of traveling, I had 3 people reach out to me that I haven't talked to that are interested in seeing what I'm doing.
Yay! Okay, super exciting. So let's take a quick photo. I love the wins. Let's take a quick photo, and then I'll share it with y'all, and then we will dig into the recruiting chat. So, not a video. Okay, let me make sure I can see everybody. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yes, I got everybody. Okay, save that. All right, so, and this is seriously just open forum if you want to have any questions or anything. I am going to try to be totally wrapped up by 9:40 because I'm meeting some people for coffee at 10:30. We're taking photos and I can take photos like this. So recruiting tips, I jotted down some things. First and foremost, I want you to read Build to Last. You can finish what you're reading right now, but Build to Last by Keith Callahan is absolutely incredible. Every day I read it, and it's short little sections, and then they give you action items. And it's a book written by a Beachbody coach. We've had him on our team called in the past, that is making almost 7 figures a year. So it's like, goodness gracious, why would I not read this book? So basically, when people are watching your stories, they want to know, can they do it, and can you help them get there? Okay, can April help me? Can she mentor me to teach me to do it? So how do you show people that you can do that? Well, on your stories, you're celebrating your team for having success. And maybe you're like, I don't really have any new coaches. You can take our coach of the week, our 5 coaches of the week, and you can share that to your story and say, check out my coach is killing it this week. It doesn't matter that they're not your coaches. It's your team. Like just showing up as a leader, like just showing up. Or if you're on that board, like, hey, look at me and my coaches killing it. Like, I'm so excited. Like, we are on fire. Like who's next? Like blah, blah, blah. So they want to know, like, how will you help them? So maybe going in and doing like a boomerang or something of your new coach mentorship, like, and it doesn't have to be yours, guys. It can be either mine, or if your upline has one, I know Rachel has one. Just going through and like scrolling through, maybe do a screen share or something like new coach mentorship. I'm so excited for my new coaches going through it. Like things like that, like little sneak peeks that you're proving you have the tools to help them. Creating FOMO. So as people are signing up for your challenge group, I know you guys have seen the list, like, so maybe your list is going to say like April, whatever you want to call your challenge group, like April boot camp, like whatever. And then you've got a list of 1 through 10 or 1 through 20, and you've got people and you're adding people. And then at the end, so maybe you have 2 people. So you add your 2 people, you save that. I create it in not Canva, WordSwag. Add it to my story, because when you go in WordSwag, you can create it with an IG story. It gives you that crop. So you'll write like April Bootcamp Babes or whatever you want to call it, and then 1 through 10 or 1 through 20. And then you save that, you put it in your Instagram, and then you write the names out there, save it each time so that you're adding to it. Does that make sense? Okay. Then I always, every time I add another person, I upload it, add their name, post it, save it, post it, and then I post it again right after that with a poll. You down to join me? Whatever. And it's 2 yeses. It's 2 different ways of saying yes. Don't put no. We don't want no, so bye. Like 2 ways of saying yes, I want more, or yes, I want more information. Sign me up, or I think I'm ready. Like that's what it needs to be. So you're creating FOMO because you're like, okay, these people are doing it. Other people are joining, or why am I still watching? I really, really love that FOMO. And that shows that you're a leader. Like, look at the top coaches. They're all doing that. So like I did a boomerang yesterday. I was at a wine cafe working, and I wasn't even working on a new coach thing, but I brought up my new coach basics call, PDF or whatever. And I had that there, and I was like boomeranging, and I'm like so excited for my new coaches, like going through this, or like whatever. Like, it doesn't matter that I'm not revamping it. Like I'm telling people, like, so excited because I'm constantly adding new trainings and doing new things for our team. So it's not like I'm straight up lying, but I'm creating, I'm going to mute everybody, and you just unmute yourself when you want to chat. But yeah, so I'm just creating that FOMO and letting people know that I'm going to help them. New Coach University starts X date. I think it's really important to know the way that you're working your business, so you're not just like coaching, blah, 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 blah. Like know what's happening. So for me, my first 2 weeks, I am focusing on recruiting challengers heavily. I'm still posting about coaching because I'm always posting about coaching, but my first 2 weeks, I am focusing on recruiting challengers because my challenge group usually starts the 3rd Monday of the month. That's how it works for me. And then my coach sneak peek is that 3rd week of the month. I usually do a 3-day, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that 3rd week of the month. So the first week and a half to 2 weeks, I'm really heavily focusing on, or I guess the new coach. Yeah. Well, my new coach training call is the first Tuesday of the month. And then my coach sneak peek is the 3rd. So the 3rd and 4th week, I'm focusing on recruiting. I'm in my coach sneak peek. I'm getting people added, even if it's, week 4 and we've already done it. I'm getting people in there because my new coach mentorship call is the first Tuesday of the month. So that's like kind of my deadline. My new coach mentorship starts, I don't have a calendar. What's the first Tuesday in April? April 2nd. So that's what you're posting is, this week and next week. Hey, our new coach mentorship starts April 2nd. Who's in? It's not a big deal if they don't join by April 2nd, but we want to, create that FOMO. So let's see what else. Recognizing clients and coaches in your stories, in your post regularly. And I don't care if you don't have clients, you don't have coaches, ask your teammates, ask us, we will share. We will, like anything, always ask the coach. For me, I'm an open book. Anything I share, you're good to go. But there are some people that are like, hey, you should ask first. So, that's a good rule of practice, but you can always post in the group like, hey, does anybody have challengers that I could share that they wouldn't care? Or, things like that. But always go to sharing your coaches because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to care. So people that you want to share and things like that, and just showing that they're real people and it's other than you too. And if you have like Casey shared her transformation from a while ago, and she was like, well, isn't that like, I don't look like that now. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's you. You did it once. You had a baby. Like they get it. And then like, you're going to do it again. So making sure that you're also sharing your story more than like once a month. Like, cool, you talked about having an eating disorder 2 months ago. You have new followers. You need to talk about that more. So sharing that regularly, because you're always having new people pop into your page. So you need to have some type of heartfelt, like, hey, this is what I'm going through, or this is what I've been through to get me here today, like once a week. So what else is there? I was going to say something else on that topic. My mind break. Promotion stories. So like Jasmine had her success starter. I saw she added that as a post, and obviously Rachel had that as a story, and then Jasmine adds it to her story. Anytime you have somebody hitting a promotion, obviously put them in there. Anytime you have like coaches or clients that have a non-scale victory, I like to do a once a week non-scale victory post in my challenge group, and then I'm like, hey, do you care if I share that? I have a really good thread going of people that posted it. I have to go back and grab them so I can make posts, but that's something that works really well. Hey, who has a non-scale victory that they want to share? And then they post, and then I'll private message them like, I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. Do you mind if I share that on my page or on my story or something like that? 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, girl, go for it. But showing that other people are having success with you. Coach of the week. Oh, I talked about that it doesn't have to be so proud of my babes that are killing it. It doesn't have to be your team. You can use our 5 top coaches of the week, even if you're not on it, and just own it, like be confident. So here's 3 things that are helping with recruiting, but also helping with that other thing is, showing up as the leader that you're going to be before you're ready. Because there's plenty of us that are like, I'm not a leader. Like, no, you need to just be. You don't need to be diamond to be a leader. You need to have the mentality that you're a leader to be a leader. That's it. Nobody says what rank makes you a leader. Your decisions, your actions, and your thoughts are what makes you a leader. So don't wait to be diamond to think you're a leader. Just act like it now, because be the person that you need to be. Start being that person that you need to become right now, because that's all it takes. And when you have that belief in yourself, it's infectious, and people want to be a part of you and your team because you are portraying yourself as the leader. So here's some things that are helping with recruiting, but also helping to leverage yourself as that leader. Confidence. Guys, that's probably the biggest thing. Why are we so afraid to act confident? Why do we think we need to be a star diamond? Why do we think we need to be a 6-figure earner? You just need to show up and be like, here I am. I'm so excited. My team is on fire. Because guys, we are on fire, and it doesn't have to be your team. Your team is coming, but for right now, we as a whole are who you're celebrating, who you're excited about. And you will have this if you show up with heart and hustle. So confidence, passion, and we talked about this a little on our team call, that the people that I follow, the coaches that I actually listen to their stories and things, are people that love coaching. They are uber passionate about it. They love their team. They love team call nights. Like, story after story, like it's team call night, and then you're so excited. I always do a grateful, like, just quick little thing after team call nights. Like, because my cup is so full, I feel so proud. I feel so grateful. I'm like so in love with this community that we've built, that I always take a second and I do a story about how much I love team calls. It's one thing to do like the boomerang and things like that, but actually take a second and talk about why you love Thursday nights or Monday nights for you guys. And being so honed in on this is where I found my place. I found where I need to be. And I love to kind of talk about, because I'm a weirdo, I love to be like, this is where the misfits and the weirdos belong, and you can sit with us. Because I like so many people, like in our sneak peek, Liz and Jess and Alicia were saying, I was a little nervous that I wouldn't fit in, because we're always afraid of that. We're always afraid that, like, it'll be cliquey and, will we fit in? But I want people to get that message. And I think it's really important for you to spread that message that it's for everybody. This is the place where you are going to belong, and you are going to feel welcomed as soon as you get here, kind of thing. And then enthusiasm. So confidence, passion, enthusiasm. When you are talking and you are like showing up in your stories and you are just, hey, I'm so excited, this new boss babe, I just got off a mentorship call with her. She's going to kill it. Tag that new coach. I just got off this new coach. She's thinking, or a call with a amazing human being. She's thinking about joining us. I am just so excited that I got to spend an hour with her today. Tag her. Like, I talk to people like they're joining before they even know that they're joining. I have 2 girls I'm going to lunch to get coffee with today that are local. They haven't signed up yet, but I know they will. I've talked to them about it. I'm so excited for coffee. I'm so excited for you to join us. Like, I know they're going to sign up. Like, I'm already convinced they are. And, that's what you need to focus on, is like, why would you not? Like, give me a month, see what you can do. Like, give me a month. And then once they sign on, give me a year. So, I think that's just share what coaching has done for you. It doesn't have to be the paycheck. It can be what it's done for you in this community and your confidence. Like, Jess made a post that Lance said, like, I'm so glad you did this. Like, I'm so glad that you're starting to see, like, who I see. Like, I'm so glad your confidence is coming back. Like, that's the important things. Money is great, and you will have that story, but still you have the, maybe you paid for to fill up your gas tank. Maybe you paid for your light bill. It doesn't have to be this like astronomical thing, because a lot of the people that are watching don't think, oh, I could do this and make 6 figures. They don't. Like, they have this, so, it's really important for you to also not like downplay your success. Did you earn a free ticket to Summit? Did you earn, were you able to pay your car payment, your gas, your groceries? Talk about it, no matter how big or how small. And then you can share other things too. I have to make a coach for, Heather and Melissa. Heather had like a $1,200 week. Melissa had $1,000 week. I have to make a post about it, and I'm going to be excited and share that. And you can talk about it too. You always have to do an income disclaimer anytime you do something like that, and I can share that with you. But how cool is that? Stay-at-home moms making $1,000+ a week from their phones. Like, so, I'm no matter how big or how small, it needs to be celebrated. Share what coaching has done for others. So you can then, anything that we are, celebrating, you can share as well. Go live. That is so important. And make sure when you go live, it's something like that's going to grab people's attention. Not like, who wants to join me? I wouldn't plug into that. Nope. So going live gets you more traction. Facebook will also show it more. And honestly, I have a ton of people. I'm so bad at it recently, but I need to get better at it, because I have so many people plug in like, I love your lives. Like, I had one girl, she was like, I love listening to you and Rachel Hollis. I wish you did them more. And I was like, oh, okay. I should do that more. So go live in your challenge groups, go live on your page. And if you need to bullet point things, do it, but just go and do it. And it doesn't matter if nobody shows up, just keep showing up. I would shoot to at least do it twice a week. And it could be short. One day it could be like your beauty routine or something like that. But getting out of your own way, because when people are like, oh, she does like these really cool hair tutorials, or she does these really cool, people are going to be drawn to you for other things. So do lives about things that are other than fitness and nutrition too, things that you are passionate about. Even if it's like, I went live with like Adley walking around in my heels for like 3 minutes, and this sucker had like 200 comments, and like, you know, like it doesn't have to be fitness related. It's bringing people to you, wanting to be a part of your life. So if it makes you feel better, I'm not saying like, hey, do a recipe share live twice a week. I'm saying like, show your hot mess life so that people can connect with you. But also too, I would try to do at least one where you are doing like motivating, happy, fun, like things like that. Share with Coach, go live, sneak peek. Oh, we're always doing a sneak peek. I always have a sneak peek for you guys to join. I know Heather and Rachel do them too. Always talk about it. And then when you go live, or, you know, whatever in that, just like, oh, I just went live on my sneak peek. I'm so excited. We talked about blah, 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 blah. Like, show that you are showing up as a leader. So it also means volunteering to go live and taking part in that, so that you can be like, okay, I just went live on my sneak peek. The link to join is in my bio, or the link to apply is in my bio. So I updated my application. If you guys go to my Instagram, based off of Keith Callahan's book, he literally gives you a bunch of resources, and I just basically copied his application, and then I'm putting together a new welcome email based off of his suggestions too. But I updated my application, and then there is a email that they get, or a notification that they get, that says, hey, I'm super busy. Can you text me at blah, 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 so I know that you got this, or so that I know that you submitted this. That was per his suggestion. But make sure you have an application. Go to woofu.com. It can be a free form, and then put it in your bio. Linktree, I think it's linktr.ee, is that where you can have that. That's the link in your bio. Then they can apply to join your team. They can apply to coach. They can, I had the flash sale there. I have to take that out. I had the flash sale there that they could literally just add themselves there. Whatever it is, if you do a free group, if you know, whatever, if you want them to like you on Facebook, just having them easy access. Before you get the 10,000 followers, you can't swipe up. So just be like, link is in my bio, link is in my bio, on your post and things like that. So I think that's all I wanted to cover. But the biggest thing I want you to take away is that if you are confident in yourself, and if you believe wholeheartedly that you're going to take this business and you're going to do amazing things with it, and you are a leader, people are going to want to follow you. So if you don't believe that, you need to do whatever you need to do over the next week to get there. Because if you want to be in this for the long haul, you have to see yourself, believe, visualize yourself as that leader. Like, this is what I like to do. I picture myself at Summit with 60 plus downline coaches taking this like amazing stellar picture of all of us wearing the same shirt, all in like that, and just like focusing on being like, we did this, you know, like it's going to always be a we thing. I don't ever want you to be like, you know, oh, it's April's team. It is not my team. But at the same time, I want you to have your team too. Like, it's so beautiful to be like, this is us as a tribe. I always want you to know that this is our tribe. But I also want you to be like, and I built this. And I want that for you. And I want to be the person that's like at Summit, in the stage, clapping for all of you guys and your teams and your success, walking across that stage. Like, that's my vision, is that I have a crap ton of people at Summit, and I have a crap ton of you guys in the spotlight. Like that, I picture that for myself, because I've been the spotlight. Like, I want that for you. So I want you right now, you're picturing that spotlight, but you're also knowing you will be in the stands watching your team too. And that's where you need to be. You need to have that vision so far down the road that like, I've hit it. I'm here, and I've got 10 coaches that are walking across that stage too. Like, that's where the magic happens, like belief. So do you guys have any questions? I love you, Jess. Yeah, Liz did take 3 months to call it our team. She's like, can I join your this or you're that? I'm like, Liz, it is your team. You don't have to ask me.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
And I kind of talked to you about this already. I'm just trying to figure out if with cold invites like social media, if the long game or the short game's better for responses, just because I'm not sure if I should mention it in my welcome message to everybody of like, I'm a mom too, like, I just love your posts. And then talking about, I've just started this fitness routine and I think all moms would benefit from it, or just skipping that and just like saying I'm a mom too, and then getting into conversation and then later dropping that.
So I would love input from you guys, because I told Casey, for me personally, I don't like that. Because if somebody I mean, I guess it just depends on how the message is wrote. But if you're like, hey, nice to meet you, do you want to join us? Sometimes for me, I'm like, oh, okay. So what are you guys' input, and what do you find? Liz, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like the last week I've really honed in on this exact.
Okay.
Casey, I identify with you so much. We've talked about this before, but so if if I add someone and they add me back and then they're going through my posts and liking my posts, I focus more on making a connection with them because they're making a connection with me. And there's obviously something about my story or my post that is really resonating with them. So I want to just find out who they are, what they're working on, how I can help them. So I just say, hey, I see you've got 2 kiddos. I've got one on the way. I'm so excited. How old are yours? Or, just start a conversation. But if there is someone that just adds me back or is watching my stories, especially if they're watching my stories, I just go for the invite because they already know what I do, who I am. They're following along or they have seen me. So they've already gotten that exposure. So I just go for the invite and say, hey, I think you'd be awesome at this. I love this about your page. What do you think about joining me for a coach sneak peek or, watching this video or, so it really depends. And unfortunately that kind of sinks because that is something you just kind of have to play with and kind of have to get some more comfortability with. But that's kind of how I do it.
Yeah, I should preface it with, if they're watching your stories, that's different. If they're watching my stories, I was thinking like you just randomly going to somebody's page and cold messaging them, I guess. So I guess it does matter. If they're watching your stories, I feel like that's like them. You're giving a presentation and they're like standing in the front row being like, I'm listening. So yeah. Does that help?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Okay. And anybody else want to talk about cold invites? Jess, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I wait till they follow me back because then I know that they're interested at some point in anything that I do. And once they follow me back, I typically, my big thing is PCOS. So I typically talk to them about the PCOS. Most of the people I'm talking to have that. And ask them like, oh man, yeah, I know I was diagnosed last year and like, this is what I struggle with. What do you struggle with? And then kind of let the conversation go from there. It takes about 2 days, I think, before I get the coaching out or the invite out. So
yeah, I basically, when you're at the point in the conversation where you don't know what else to talk about, don't talk about the weather, invite them. Like, and when you ask them for accountability, it's so less like scary. Like, hey, I mean, I love your post. I actually kind of thought you were a coach when I first started following you. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? I feel like you'd be amazing at it. That's the key. They want to know that they can do it. Believe in them before they believe in themselves. How many of you can say that, like, April believed in me before I believed in myself? Like, that is the key, or your coach. So giving them a genuine compliment as you invite them every time, because we're not going to invite people that we're like, ugh, it's a waste of time. You obviously see something in them. So yeah. Anything else? How many, do you have a goal of how many messages to start every day? Does anybody have a goal? What's your goals? Tori says 10. Oh, I don't. 20? 3?
Mine's 20.
10. 15. Yeah, I think, here's the thing. It depends. Was that you that said 20, Jasmine? Okay, I didn't know who unmuted themselves. And I think it depends on you and how you want to work this business, but it is a numbers game. So Keith Callahan said, for every 100 people that you actually sign, like that's getting 100 people to sign, 30 to 40 of them will do something. Maybe they get one challenger, one coach, something. Of those, 3 will become leaders. From 100 people, like 3 are going to be leaders that are really, really, really like generating a ton of volume. So it is a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more people, because I'm sorry, but every conversation you start isn't going to be like, hey, yeah, here's my credit card, sign me up. But the more people you talk to, the more people you're going to groom, and you're just putting a deposit into that relationship bucket. And that is your goal every day. How many rocks can I throw in this relationship bucket to this new person that they're going to join me one day? I have a girl saving up, waiting for a paycheck to join me. She has been following me for 5 years. Okay. Like, I'll be a coach next month, 6 years. I think April 13th will be 6 years. That's crazy. And I have people that are like 4 or 5 years, like, okay, I think I'm ready. I remember when you first did this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why have you been watching me this long? So that's the most important thing. Don't be emotionally connected, but go in there knowing that everybody needs multiple exposures. It's something like people need like 12 exposures or something before they actually sign up. So that's a coach sneak peek. That's watching your stories. That's seeing an invite. That's watching a video you send them about coaching. That's seeing another income progression story, seeing you shout out another coach that quit their job, seeing another coach that made this amount of money a week. They need to keep watching you. So you need to keep giving it to them. You need to keep following up with them and coming from a place of value, instead of following up with being like, hey girl, did you get a chance to take a look at the video? They're like, you sound desperate. Okay. Don't make people think you need them. When people think you don't, like, you're not like, are you ready to join us? That's when they're like, okay, I want to do this. Like, if you're like checking in every day, hey, how's it going? They're going to be like, oh my gosh, this girl. But if you're like, hey, I'm here when you're ready. Like, when they tell you no again, I'm here when you're ready. I'm going to check in with you next month. Have a great one. Like, that is when people are like, oh, okay. So don't act desperate, because they will feel that energy. Go in there emotionally disconnected to that answer, and they're going to watch it. They're going to see that it works. They're going to see your transformations. They're going to see everybody else, and they're going to eventually do it. All right. Okay. So I think that's it. What I want to focus on homework this week is I want you guys to go live twice before Saturday. I know Angie does it a lot. But making sure that, and maybe making a poll or something, maybe making a post that's like, hey, what would you guys want to see from me? I'm putting together my my calendar for April. I'm trying to make sure that I'm adding epic value. What would you guys want to see? You can do that in your challenge group. You can do that in your Facebook. Another thing is, weekends are great for engagement. So you can see, I know like Heather and Rachel were doing things this week like, hey, A or B, which one? I don't care if you don't care what people say. If you already know what outfit you're wearing, take 2 pictures side by side, A or B, or A, B, and C. Ask them, because you know what? People love to tell you their opinion. Love it. Love it. So then you're going to have a ton of comments, and respond to those comments, because then it brings it back up. And then all of those people are going to see the next fitness post that you make, or the coach post that you make on Sunday. Everybody needs to make a coach post Sunday night. That's also your homework. 2 lives, coach post Sunday night. Show up in your stories. Be passionate. Be excited. Was everybody here when I took the first photo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I miss anybody? I don't know. There's 10 now. How many was there before?
I think we lost Greg and maybe somebody else, but I think we had more when you took it.
Okay, we had more. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, so we're good. All right, so I'll share this photo with you. You'll put the photo in your stories, and then you're going to talk and be like, literally, my mind is blown. I'm so freaking fired up and excited, blah, 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 blah. That's what you're going to do. So, okay, let's see. Liz, I think that helps. Oh, wait, does it help to warn people you're going live? Like, hey, I'm going live tonight to share my meal prep. I think that helps. Yeah, then people are like, oh, Liz is live. That's right. She said, yes. If it is something like that related, I would say you could definitely do that. And pop into your challenge group and say that too, because they're going to want to know. And then at least you definitely have people. And you know what you can do? You can share to a group once you go live. You can share to a group, I think, or something like that, or tag a group. I don't know. You can do that so at least it like alerts your challenge group so you have people there watching. I go live at the same time of day. Each time when I don't go live, people ask me where I was. Oh, cool. Yeah. And I always see Angie live. She does that. So yeah, find and you can plan it out. Like, what are the 2 things you're going to go live about this week? What are the 2 things you're going to go live about next week? What are you going to focus on inviting and breadcrumbing throughout this week? So this is, for me, I'm heavily focusing on coaching. I've got my challengers for April. I am heavily focusing on coaching. I'm going to keep getting people into that sneak peek. It just happened, but they can go in there and watch videos. I signed my 7th coach, and I'm having lunch with 2 more today, and I really think that I'm going to get my 10. My goal is 10 this month, and I was at a lip sync battle last night, and Nicole, I signed our Bic up last night. I signed Melissa up. Her daughter's getting married in a couple weeks. So yeah, I sold a challenge pack last night.
Awesome.
Yeah, so just talk to people everywhere. And you know why she asked me about it? Because I post the crap out of Facebook and I show the results that I've had. So show up every day, make it your point to have a transformation. And Liz, talk about your active pregnancy. You're like, I can't. Talk about your active pregnancy. Talk about the struggles. Because honestly, pregnancy was amazing for my business. Everybody go get pregnant. So talk it up. Angie's like, this shop is closed.